Pope Francis has urged Poland to welcome refugees fleeing violence and hardship on his first visit to the country. The Pope is in Krakow, birthplace and hometown to well-loved John Paul II, to attend World Youth Day. This is a Catholic Church event aimed at rejuvenating the faith, launched way back, no less by its most loved and famous son, Karol Wojtyla, aka Pope John Paul II. Upon arrival in Poland Wednesday, the pontiff met with the country's political and religious leaders and journalists and greeted pilgrims from the window of Krakow's Bishop's Palace. Slatica Hope reports.
In his address at Krakow's historic Wawel Castle, the Pope reminded Poles that some of them also had been forced to flee their country.
There is a need to seek out the reasons for emigration from Poland and to facilitate the return of all those wishing to repatriate. There is also a need for a spirit of readiness to welcome those fleeing from wars and hunger.
There are concerns in the staunchly Catholic nation that Muslim refugees could threaten its security and Christian traditions. Poland's clergy is closely tied with the conservative government and, according to analysts, somewhat suspicious of the pontiff, whose philosophy is more liberal than that of the Polish Pope John Paul. Before meeting with Francis Wednesday, Polish bishops said they would listen carefully to his teaching. And some priests say they do not see a difference between the two popes.
I don't think there is a major difference between Pope Francis and Pope John Paul II. First of all, they are both going towards people with open arms. This is the primary characteristic.
Poles lining the route of the papal convoy Wednesday were enthusiastic about his visit.
All our hearts, we are with Pope Francis, and we salute all the pilgrims.
Wow. What a man, what luck, and we still have the Mass with him to come. I think I'm going to faint.
In the evening, the Pope greeted thousands of pilgrims from the papal window at the Bishop's Palace in Krakow, where John Paul had appeared before him. Pope Francis is making his first visit to the staunchly Catholic country. More than 90% of Poles are Catholic, although not all are practicing. The Pope's visit ends Sunday with an open-air Mass in a field outside Krakow.
Hi, ako po si Aljo Bendijo. Subscribe na sa PTV YouTube channel. I-click lang ang subscribe button.